Let me just ask you this. Since you say we cannot fight corruption from at the top, we have to start. There are those who are concerned that we have not exactly, I mean, across the country, there are different definitions of corruption. There are different, people have defined it in different ways.
Absolutely.
So what exactly would we say is corruption? Do we use a dictionary definition of corruption, or do we have our own definition in the country of what corruption is?
Within the context in which the ruling class, and particularly the series, I don't want to particularize on Buhari's regime. Different regimes in Nigeria have interpreted corruption. They've simply interpreted it in financial terms. You know, it's just about if you steal public wealth. That to them is corruption. They do not see the corruption of values, the corruption of ideas. They do not see lopsided appointments in defiance of federal character principles as corruption. Corruption, whether you interpret it in dictionary terms, in literal terms, in contextual terms, corruption is quite very wide. It's simply when you operate against accepted norms, you know, of behavior in any society.
Okay, let me read. I'd say let me get the dictionary definition, which it looks like what I have here. It's very simple. Lack of integrity or honesty, especially susceptibility to bribery, use of a position of trust for dishonest gain.
Yes.
So in any way, you use your position for dishonest gain, or lack of integrity or honesty at any level. So that means, as someone said, almost everyone in Nigeria has a level of corruption in him or her.
In actual fact,
don't forget, I use the term accepted values and norms. I'll give you a very good
example. Wait. When you say accepted values and norms, so if I now collect this thing for myself, because everybody here agreed, it becomes, I'm not corrupt.
Prior to the latest amendment of the judicial codes, in this country, it was allowed, until I think it's last year that it was amended, it was allowed for lawyers, you know, to give gifts to judges.
No.
Look, go and check. It was allowed. Gifts they specified. Look, go and read it. Go and read it. Prior to, I'm coming.
Okay.
The code of conduct for judicial officers. Please, Wale, you're a lawyer. Please go and read it. It was.
Which law?
I have told you exactly what it is. Code of conduct for judicial officers. You can Google it. Look, it's there. Look, it was allowed that judges, you know, could receive gifts in certain situations, you know, which is maybe they're doing celebration, burial and stuff like that. It was allowed. So given that situation, that is why I carefully used the word accepted norms. Okay. There are situations where gifts, even when you have cases in court, are allowed.
Before Wale comes in,
yes, I was going to say that when you made a comment about everybody being corrupt, the truth is our system makes it, even the person who would like to play straight, our system makes it difficult for you to do that. I'll give you an example. I know of a family, so the child was, you know, posted for NYSC, and they said, okay, you know what, let's play by the book. So you go to the where you were posted to, So the child was, you know, eventually sent to a school outside town. So she gets to the school, and the teacher says, the owner of the school says, well, there's no accommodation for you, a female. We'll find a place for you somewhere in the village. As she was going back to town, the Okada driver said to her, make sure you don't come this way at night. Are you getting it? Now, so what happened? The parents said, if we leave you here, we're in trouble. So they had to call somebody in Abuja and say, please help us. So that child was, you know, put somewhere else. Now, what happened there? Our system has corrupted, as it were, that process. Okay, so, you know, I said something about you see, you can't, who was it that said that to think that you can solve a problem, you know, at a certain, you have to change your thinking, you have to think, you know, you have to step away from it and look differently. So if I was the president of Nigeria, I would say, you know what, everybody's guilty in this country. That's the truth. Now, if we spend all our time trying to find who is more guilty, we may never make progress. There's something about this VAIDS, the tax thing that they're doing. There's something about this whistleblower that they're doing, that if you took that concept and you took it to a higher level, and the president says, okay, Nigeria, 6 months, you know you have debt, own up. This will go through, you know, processes, legislative process, etc. But there's a bill that says, if you come, I can bet you that there are a lot of people who have stolen money who wish they had a way to, you know, to restitute, if you like. Now, and then we say, after that, these are the new laws. If you are corrupt, death. Are you getting it? And when that law is there, like you rightly said, sir, this corruption is not just money. The truth is, my child does common entrance to go to a federal school. Unfortunately for my child, is from Edo State, scores 80, can't make it. Somebody else from somewhere else scores 5, he goes in. How do I explain that to that child? I don't know if you're getting me. So if we did that, and then we then said this law becomes effective from so and so date, and you make it clear, again, you know, whereas we don't want to say the president alone, but you know, there's something about standing in front. When we were in school, they say follow the man in front. So when you are in front, you have the power of modeling how the rest of us should behave. So, and that's why our president hasn't helped us much. It looks as though if you are corrupt and you are his friend, he'll sort you out. If you are corrupt and you're not his friend, you're in trouble. So that's dangerous.
So, Mr. Guade,
yes,
how do we fight this corruption? Because talking about corruption, you know, it's every day. Yes. Everywhere, yes. Everyone is talking about it. Yes. But how do we fight this corruption? Yes. I know it's not lack of legislations. We have the Constitution, the Code of Conduct Bureau, we have the Independent Corrupt Practices, EFCC. So we have all of this in place. Is it a question of, you know, having reforming, you know, the need to reform the criminal justice system? Or is it about the people too, having a change of attitude, a change of perception as to, yes, if this person is corrupt, we don't have to celebrate him? Where do we start from?
It's the political will. But before I go there, please just remind me, I want to answer Biodun. So our people don't go away with the fact that judges take bribe through the back door. And it must be because that's the last hope. No, please now, let me just land. So that, you know, the way you put it out, some people may take it that way. Judges live a Spartan life. They don't throw parties, they don't attend parties.
They are supposed to live Spartan life. Not
even supposed, they live a Spartan life. We don't see them in the public just like that, and people give them gifts, they celebrate birthdays and co. That, because, you know, Nigerians particularly, we know who we are. That's the way you use proxy. Oh, that judge is celebrating his birthday. You go there and give him a gift or something. Obviously, it's a simple thing.
It's not happened?
It's not, it happens. That's why some of them are facing trial now. Some of them are facing trial of this, or they say that they are giving them gifts for birthday and so on. That's not done, because obviously one way or the other it will tilt their thoughts. They are human beings. There's a principle of partiality here. You give me something, whenever I see something about you, I want to help you out. Even if it's to a friend, my friend, he's my friend. He has a case before you. He's a colleague now, and so on, man no man. They call it the paddy thing. But be that as it may, I just want to erase that impression. It's not done. Because if it's done, obviously that's justice for sale, one way or the other.
Well, are you denying that code of conduct?
I say, my brother, don't push that. Don't push that. Don't push it. It's not done. Don't push it. So that people don't have that impression. That's why those who did it, who mistakenly do it, are now facing the music.